Sachin, am I audible to you?
Yeah, hi Umar, you're audible. I hope I'm
Yeah,
audible.
thank you. And you are audible to me too. So I'll be handing over the presenter rights to you so we can continue the session.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, guys, just a minute. I'm just going to share my screen first and then we'll stop. Yeah, Akash, actually, at that time I was not using the um, microphone. Now I'm using it. So, just confirming, guys, if now I am clear, loud, and if my screen is visible, if you can just type a quick Y. Okay, let just everyone confirm and we'll see. Let me see the participants. How many of still to join? Okay, we have few friends who haven't joined as of now. No worries, we'll wait for 1 minute maybe. Okay, so how are you guys? How was your weekend? And after a 1 week of digital marketing journey, we know that we have done a lot of things from SEO point of view. In the first two sessions, we did some general things. So, did you really seen things from the different angle now? Like, is this your kind of the way of seeing the things? Because as a marketer, we have to be checking things, in everything there is a marketing, you know. So, and now we are more into the digital world because we are always attached to the gadgets. So that's why we can say that digital marketing is all over. Yeah, yeah, that's good. That is the actually change we should expect. You know that now we know things are happening the way we want it to. That's the reason you joined this course now. So yeah, Akash is saying that I'm not loud today, as per him. I don't know. What about others? Loud and clear. Akash, check at your end. Very good. Thank you, everyone, for confirming, for writing loud and clear and everything. I have not done anything, Akash. Just a check at your end. I hope your internet connection is stable. I'll check mine at the same time. That's fine. Lucas, I think sometimes it happens with what I have experienced with the participants. When you join the session and when you just click on the connect through the computer audio, not through the phone audio, not through the call audio, then it takes some time to connect. When you just click on the audio option and then you select now use computer audio, then it takes time to I think just connect. This is what I have heard from the participants. So probably it could be the reason. Yeah, so most challenging one has been to connect and organize the links, but there is learning in this also. We want to become more knowledgeable and how to use all the tools. I think, Alison, you don't have to be taking it so much onto your head, or maybe, like if you're trying to find it challenging, then I think I did talked in the last part of that keyword research that you have to not be using everything together. So if you are very much into the tools, you've been, it depends now how your life been, your working life been. If you're a techie, then sometimes it is like in my system, you would see 20 to 30 tabs are open and I'm, doing all tab and working simultaneously in everything because I know those tools well. But sometimes people are into the content, they're just into the writing, the thinking, literature, maybe maths, finance, so they don't need that many tools to work on simultaneously. They don't have that habit of. So what we do is we prioritize the tools. If it's with, if it happened with somebody else as well, that just got confused that sir has given these many things to do, one and then two, three, four, five, six. In the starting also Google suggest, Google trends, Google keyword, so almost 8 9 tools to just get the keywords. Then I think it's better that you refine it, you segment them and try to understand the concept, try to get the concept. If even if you are able to get the data from one of them like Moz or maybe keyword planner even, and if you're able to understand the objective behind that, what we are doing, why we are doing, and we are able to see the searches, the competition and all, then I think that will going to help you a lot. Giving lot of tools was the only reason, or like the reason was only simple one, that you are not running out of the options when your trial period ends. I would have, after the Google Ads, directly opened the Moz and would have explained you the KD and the PADA there. I think everybody knows that on the Moz we can just see both of the paths. If I would have just taken this one, then you might have not got introduction to all these any day. I don't know if any other trainer would come and would give it or not. I'm not sure about them, na. But I just try to just tell you whatever I know. Just like if I go digital camera, suppose we are having the very first class today of the keyword planning today. Let's just consider, and it is just not for the ones who are asking question or who have been, I think, confused. It is for everyone. It is just not for Gordon or anyone else if it is being confusing for you. So you come here for the first time, you just click here. Of course, you have to make your account, so you know how to make the account and all, and then the rest is as simplified as it should be. You know that what exactly it is showing here. It is showing you the searches, it is showing you the KD, it is showing you the PA and DA. You, because you know now that PA and DA can be just seen by the extension. So our work would have been just finished within maybe 2 hours, not rather taking 2 days to do it. But at least now you're sitting at the better place where you can explore things. You know about these tools, just not one. Okay, so just do not keep it. No, I don't like this those words. I'm a bit of an emotional guy. I'm so sorry. When I just heard that, challenging, so it became challenging for me in the very first 2 minutes. That why I have done something that it has become even for single participant here challenging. So I just try to help you to make it simpler. If it is very chaotic, it is very challenging. If it looks like that you are just confused altogether because of n number of tools, segment them, and over the period of time, you will able to practice on all. I hope that makes sense and that helps everyone. Okay, चलो तो करते हैं आगे. Let's just move. So any other thing to discuss if I missed it. So I have gone through all the learn on how to use, but the complication is when we go now. It gives a more new. See what happens, Pratik, or Preeti, sorry. When suggestions are coming and being added into the Excel the same way we have maybe inserted the first keyword which we knew. Okay, so that was the reason I was talking that you try to get the keywords from the sources. If you're opening those for those tools for getting the KD and PA even, then also keep making the notes of the relevant keywords if you find that they can be productive tomorrow by the numbers like KPIs. Okay, adding on in the sheet number of keywords is something which is free. Nobody's stopping you to do that. It's all about after adding so many, what exactly you have come up with, the final result. So again, the same word, do not get complicated. Try to make it simpler. But at the same time, when it just seems like your exercise is about to over, and you just open the last tool maybe to check Moz, maybe just like PA, and you realize there is a two keywords which are very productive. So what should I do? So I think anybody would know that you have finalized one keyword out of 20 keywords by seeing five tools. Now you have just reached the moss and you again found one more tool, one more keyword. Okay, so you will just going to compare now that one and this one. So comparison is not stopping. Comparison started from the very first keyword you selected, and it keeps going till the time you'll keep getting the suggestions. Even somebody in your office, I was just reading one of the Neil Patel's blog yesterday only for you guys. I was doing some 2022 research. He just given one of the keyword research part, that if you are in your work, then you should always ask for the keywords which your colleague would tell you. That suppose you are into the business of digital camera only, maybe, okay, and now you are selling digital camera, you are using the tools to research the keywords. But of course, the ones who are working in that company who makes digital camera, no matter they're into finance, no matter they're into HR, no matter they're into sales or operations, whatever they do, if they've been there, then they would be knowing few terms or few search queries maybe, which can just help you to have more number of keyword ideas. Okay, so that is something which is coming from word of mouth. That is coming maybe from the offline, but they can only give you the ideas. Then again, the story repeats, adding them into the Excel and doing the research of the numbers and all, whatever we have done last week. Okay, so this was something which was added very lately, so I just thought to tell you. How did I hear from them? Yeah, I think you have to do that. Nobody would going to do for you, Salini Pillai. You would have done this in 2 days. Then I think it would have made more sense to me that what exactly you lagged in and what exactly you were able to get out of these tools. Yeah, Rishi, we have just used it for one purpose right now. Okay, in the advanced SEO, there is a 2-hour session on the Moz only, where I will just be talking about each and everything here you see here. But right now, it is not the scope of the course, because we are onto something which you have to finish. That we have to do the basic SEO first. How can we just go to something which is not even talked about? So that's the only reason we are just using this tool as we are using the other tools. Okay. So this will come, and sometimes if trainer is, if somebody else is taking the advanced SEO, maybe he would take the Ahref. You can just ask to give a gist on the Moz at that time, because that is the session been assigned for the external tools. So in same way, in the social media, advanced social media, we talk about BuzzSumo, and in the advanced PPC, I take SEM Rush. So every tool which are like paid and the pro ones, we talk in the advanced. There is a reason to talk at that level, because you will be well versed with the basics and the more than like other basic terms and whatever we would have done in the master's and advanced level. So that is the reason we don't take the tools in between. We have just started the journey, so we should not be rushing. It will always ask Shreyas, so you have to just sign up, and it will going to give you the limited amount of limited capacity to work on, just like 10 searches per month, and others thing like PADA from the extensions and all is free to see. That is not going to ask the payment. You'll not have to give any payment for that. So just try it again to create your account, where it will be useful for you. Shreyas, we have done this now last time. Why you're asking the steps again? We have done in the class, the account sign up and all. If we will able to, we're not able to finish everything. If I cannot help if you are not able to do that. I was able to do in the class, and 99% of the class was able to follow me and was able to do. So you have to explore. I have to be fast this week, guys. This is the last thing I'm taking again. I'll just going to tell you then. Please pause the recording. Mine is already signed up. That's why it is just bringing me to the home. I have to log out first, of course. I've given you the link also, I think, for the sign up, if I'm not wrong. This was for the analytics part, and for the PADA, I would have given you maybe somewhere. If I'm not, I'll give you again. That is just going to take you. You will able to understand this Salini this week. Rather, in just today's class, you will get so much of clarity, and tomorrow also, when we're just going to implement whatever we have learned. But that's the reason I was just telling Avi, this guy, we cannot just repeat things again and again. And this is for everyone, just not because Shreyas has asked me. Just try to watch the recordings and try to do yourself. So you can just go in here. I'm just giving you the account. This is the link you should use to create your Moz account. Okay. In the P and D, I will just going to write like this maybe. To create Moz account. चलो अब हो जाएगा श्रेयस you able to do that now you can just go and click create an account and then you have to give the simpler of the information like email and display name password yeah so you have to because this is the only way I know okay so coming to the keyword types in the I've written purposely SEO because when we'll do PPC this week then the keyword types would be different so you should always know there's a difference between the keywords of SEO and the keywords of PPC so let's don't talk about the PPC right now let's just focus on the SEO so the very first type of the keyword which you should know is called short tail keyword okay so generally this consists of 1 to 2 words let me finish this whole topic I'll appreciate and then ask question because everything what you may be planning to ask would come in this explanation so you can just type it your question for you and just ping it once the topic is done hardly it would take 10-15 minutes or 10 minutes rather. Okay so maybe this is my keyword or this is my keyword or this is my keyword or this is my keyword so when I plan to write any content or try to sell anything and if I'm focusing on the keywords which the having the capacity of only 2 words at maximum so they are actually being segmented into short tail keyword they've been called short tail keywords okay the same way when we just increase the number of words I'm just going to keep the example same and you would see there's a difference so when they are increased to 3 to 4 words so that will of course going to have better intent so by intent I mean if I just try to do the SEO using this page and this keyword then the result is this like if we just go to SEO so this is all mixed with what is digital marketing funda wiki definition who ultimate guide what is it is too much mixed nobody knows that who would see and after that also who would click okay because the intention is very macro okay so then if I just going to make it medium one so what happens my number of course my number of results would be different they would be lesser but the results would be more precise now every result will be talking about course it is not telling Wikipedia or what is digital marketing or digital marketing agency or digital marketing tools it is talking about a course 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 okay so this is the first example I've taken second could be email marketing also like tools suppose I'm just going to take tools directly now if I would have written email marketing then the same result would have shown what is email marketing and more of a question based things and wiki if they have a wiki of it so now it will going to be talking about the tools 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 okay And if I just go and make it like buy laptop refurbished online. So I made it very clear that what I'm trying to search. And now it's very clear in my intent and what I'm searching. Just a minute. So I'm just going to put it here. And you can see refurbished, refurbished. And of course, if this would have been short, then just buy laptops. So it would be a mix of paid, new, maybe refurbished, used, any of the brands. So many things would have been mixed here. Again, the same reason which I've given in digital marketing. And if I just take the last one where it says health blog, I just take health blog now, especially for pregnancy, maybe. Yeah, I was reading that video. It's good. So now I can see that if this would have been like this, then I don't know what exactly I'm looking forward, but maybe it will just going to talk about a general health, maybe from the fitness point of view, weight loss, or something from the immunity, whatever is trending, it would have come up. But if I know that I'm searching for very precise thing like a pregnancy thing, so this will just going to show me the pregnancy topics only. Okay, this is getting more and more narrowed down. The moment we make it medium, of course, it has to be changed. So my my searches or my results are more narrowed down or more refined and more precise. Okay, but I'm just going to take the last one and then you'll just see the difference and I'll explain you what for we do this for pregnancy. Now when it comes to the last one, which is the most important one, why? Because everybody wants to use the keyword in the long um, tail format, because this just cuts down the number of searches at what stage, in because the amount of searches would happen for this as compared to this, and then comes the third one, which is going to be like digital marketing course in Toronto, maybe. Okay, so of course there will be a drop, maybe this Canada, or I would decide in Australia. Okay, so now what would happen? I think everybody understands the difference between this and this in the term in the search terms. We know that the searches for this would be lesser than this one, enough. So the same way, the competition would be lesser because not everybody would be talking about digital marketing course in Australia. So let's just see. So it's Australia, 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 like Melbourne, Australia, Australia. Okay, so this has again given me very important, kind of data that maybe the searches have just declined, in the terms if you just compare with the medium one. But at the same time, the results would be also lesser. If you just see and check the result, if you just go for digital marketing course, it will be going to be almost double of it or maybe more than that. Just like I'll take medium. Can you see? Almost 1 billion result. Okay, so that gives us the first understanding that maybe the searches are come, but competition also is come. Is less so? Then maybe somebody would have written like why digital marketing is effective. It's coming in the question format, but it is not going to change the meaning of the keyword. It is, or the type of the keyword, because this is long tail keyword where we talk about 4 to 7 keywords or 4 to 7 words. People do use nowadays 8, 9, but I prefer 4 to 7 words. They are enough. We should not overstuff in any way. Okay, so this is okay. And then other example would have been from the same family. Let's just take email marketing tools and let me just make email marketing tools for free. Okay, so of course you know that how the results would be. And then it comes to buy laptop online below 20K. Are you able to see the intent of the searcher? It is so precise. Of course, the number of searches would be very less when you compare the data. When you go and compare in your keyword sheet between buy laptop refurbish online, and then you will going to research buy laptop refurbish online below 20K, you will find a drop in the searching, but you will again going to check the KDNP and you will find that this is going to be more useful for you to just start your journey with as compared to the medium or the lower one. Okay, so that's that's how this just changes the scenario for us, that if we are really very after seeing the data, if you're really puzzled or confused or kind of threatened that how we will get the rank because everybody is ranking on those keywords, then we should just try to get such combination where we are able to reach from medium to long tail. Maybe we have to use answer the public for that, or maybe Google suggestions, because there we do get a lot of long tail keywords. Okay, and last not least, I think this is the best example which I always finish with. When we talk about health block for pregnancy, so you might see, I'm just going to on something here first. Of course, Moss. I hope the data comes for every link today. Other day we were facing problem. I did check on Saturday morning also, it was having the same issue. I did not check for yesterday or today. The very first thing, I think we have talked about the number of searches and the number of results. That's the first thing we already discussed. But now comes the part from the sheet, because we have to connect things. No? So if I just go and plan to make on the medium, on the long, and then if I would come here, we would see the PA and DA of these, when somebody is typing health block for pregnancy, of course, we'll see the results as well. But moreover, the ones that I'm competing, 56, 27, 50, 34, 34, 38, 35, 49, 34, 38, 64 maximum, 24 minimum as of now. There's 112, 50, 14, 25. So moreover, in the family of under 50, 30s are more, and there is a 12 in between as well. Now, if I just going to make it like health block for pregnancy, first trimester. Okay, that of course leaves us with the lesser results. Of course, the searches would be lesser too, but you have to see now two things. First of all, of course, PA will going to scan. Let's say two with the PA 29, 40, 30, 20, 20, 30, 60, 20, 40, 50, 30, 30, 50, 40, 20, 50, 20. Moreover, the same result, not much difference. Okay, it is not very high, and moreover 20, 30s and 40s are more, like we have least 15 in this case. In there we had 12. So moreover, from this PA point of view, it's okay, but we will able to see that in the top 10 with the first trimester, the ones who are getting the value first trimester in the title, how many they are having it. So for that, you have that keyword, that tool I have given you in the last. You remember the tool which we seen, where it was showing you the anchor text and title usage, in the word tracker. So now the tools would start connecting to you. Either you can just do manually as well. You can just see first trimester is being used by the first ranker, used, and wherever, if I'm able to find in my top 10, top 15, top 20, if the word is not being used by many people, it means I can easily get the position. Because if I come with the first trimester, if they are not there, so I have more chances to outrank at least these guys, because they are not using that in the title, and their PA is also not of that 70, 80 or 60 quality. Are you with me on this? What exactly I'm coming to? So that keyword, when you select and then when you just make it from medium to long, At the same time, when you are able to see that the usage of those keywords by the tool also you can see, or by the just your naked eye, a quick scan can tell you that in the first 20 results, if I have lot of people, lot of results with the main focus keyword of that first trimester, which makes it different from the medium tail, then you have better chances. If you have not a lot of people here who are missing that first trimester thing, it means you have a better chance to rank rather than going for the pendency blocks, which was a medium tail. Clear? So that's where you will going to find these words, just like in this case, it is health block for pregnancy and trimester. So for you, this becomes a very important part now, because this is the one which is making it different from this one. Okay, same way, this becomes very important in this case. Same way, maybe we can say in Australia becomes very important in this case. I'm trying to tell you from that perspective that if you are really confused in the medium and the long, and if you're able to get something as a prefix or a suffix where these words which are unique and not much searched but not being supplied much as well, so you are really having a very good chance of outranking people very early. Okay, because we have to just again keep checking that with whom we are fighting, with whom we are competing, and for with how many we are competing. So this actually brings us to the level where of course we have people lesser than this one, and the intent is clear, but actually this leaves us with the lot of potential where we can try to be onto the first page in a lesser time. We can do that. So that was the reason to just take 5, 6 examples at one go, so that at least you're able to understand the concept that why it is so important to try to finish at the long tail part. But I still write as a kind of a announcement. You can say try to get a medium or a mix of rather that can be used any day. If you're selling the brands, it can be. I still say that just do not be very much into the long tail. You still can find few long tail and few medium tails together, and then later after seeing the data, whatever the data how to check it now, then you decide that which has to be used, where has to be used. Okay, maybe the long can be used in the title and the medium ones can be used in the subtitle. So you have to be ready with the as many as. Of course, the long would have more chances to outrank easily and get the better ranking faster, because you would have lesser competition. Because see, you have to check once it becomes so long with the with the precise intent or with the precise keyword being added to the general search, then not everybody in your competition would be offering it. Okay, so that's where you try to be, first there. Actually, you try to be first there, and then it means that even if 50% of the searches happens, let's take a very simple maths. Suppose 1,000 searches happens for this in a day. I'm keeping it very simple. 1,000 searches happens for this in a day, and uh, 40 SEO results are coming, which are having all this in the title. Okay, for this maybe just 500 or 400 searches are coming or happening in a day, maybe less than that maybe, and the number of results which have been shown are like not more than 20, even half of it. So I hope you able to understand that here you will get the position after that 40th rank, here you will get the position after 20th, which would be third page or second page maybe. Okay, and then once the searches starts happening, once you get the traffic, once you get the authority, once you get the engagement, then there is a better chance to outrank the shorter queue rather than the longer queue. Clear? Everyone clear? So of course searches are important, but we have to keep checking the ratio of everything. It cannot be like, now in the same example, if I just say the searches are happening 10,000 and this is just happening 500, then of course it's a big difference. So that's why I said 1000 and 500 or 400. Okay, it should not be like 1/10 or 1/5 of the median. It has to be like one third, 1/4, like 30%, 40% of the searches still can be taken. But it should not be like 2%, 3%, 5% of the searches of what actually happens in the median. So that's why the very first thing in the sheet I explained was monthly searches. We cannot just sell anything which is not in demand. We have to be checking the demand. Then only we can supply. So after this explanation of 15 minutes, are you really able to connect whatever you did last week? Now, are you able to see the things or threads are getting connected? That's why when I started, people were confused. I told you today, after this also a lot of things are coming. So you will able to see a lot of things, getting cleared. Just keep following. Okay. The keywords also been, named in the SEO with other names. I can say it is not like the family of keywords, but still people do call it in this shape and color as well. So they are called primary keywords. They are called focused. They are called main keyword. Basically, I think somebody was just writing a question. I've just seen a chat pop up. This is your answer. So that basically going to be your blog title or page name or service name or product name. Okay, now what does this mean? No matter what you decide, long tail, medium tail, even short tail, but when you make it the main blog title, or if you have a page, or if you have a service to sell, or if you have a product to sell, so then that keyword becomes the primary keyword of your page, or primary keyword of that particular web page, or a focus keyword of that particular page. So when I go here and when we take the same example, because you are well versed of that from the last week class, so I just want to ask you one thing. I go here and I see that there is a blog which we have seen last time. So the title is sorry, the title is the ultimate guide to email marketing. But can we say, or should I ask you, what is the focus keyword of this page? What is the focus keyword of this page? Can I say that it's email marketing? It could be a guide as well. But moreover, email marketing is the main keyword or a focus keyword where this page would be talked about. It is not saying ultimate benefits or guide benefits. It is saying email marketing benefits, email marketing stats, email marketing stats. Create an email marketing strategy, email marketing campaigns. Are you guys with me? So what happens when we choose a keyword and when we just segment in the Excel that we'll be using the medium, we'll be using the long, whatever the size we want to prefer because of the KPIs and because of the different factors. After that, when we put it into the title, when we use it for the main page name, main service name, and product name, that is called your primary keyword or your focus keyword of that page, or a main keyword in a very simple language. Okay, the moment we use a second preferred keyword means, because we are not going to end the keyword research just by finding one maybe. So just let me just make it small. So that is called a secondary keywords. I'm going to come to the headers today, so you will get more clarity after that. But right now, just let's keep it on this one. So secondary keywords going to be your subheadings or your subcategory of the product. Maybe. Okay, so you might have seen the pages where it says men's or females or women's apparels or something, and after that, in that page only, yeah, subtitle. In that page only, there would be jewelry, there would be suits, there would be saris, there would be dresses. So that is basically a part of a page, but that's not a main category of the page. Main category was from male, female, or men, women, or kids, but that was subcategory or subtopic. Okay, so you decide on the basis of the page structure. Just like if in this page we talk about all our subtopics, all our subtopics, there would be rather subtopics of the subtopics, subcategories of the subcategories. Just like this is a subtopic, then this is a subtopic, this is a subtopic, this is a subtopic of a subtopic. Means there is a difference. Okay, this is a subtopic of main page, and now this is a subtopic of this subtopic. So you can just relate it with the categories, subcategories, or subcategories. Okay, this is how we will be naming them. Like this is a secondary, this is the primary, these are the subcategory and all. Okay. Then some keywords come in the location name, like we have just seen digital marketing course in Australia. So when we use any keyword with specific locations, that is your location keyword. Then comes the question keyword. We have already seen the answer to the public. So question keywords means when anything being asked in the question format. Just like in this case, when I given the last example, I think why digital marketing is effective. So nobody is taking it back that it is not long tail. It will be called a long tail keyword, but at the same time, it will also, or it can also be said that it's a question keyword or a question format keyword. Okay, so they are just like other names being given, but these are the main types. That's why I'm just not writing anything over it. So they're just the extra things to just understand. Okay, and last not least is LSIs. Moreover, they can be just understood by saying synonyms, and I'll explain you, do not worry. This is the only new name you are seeing. So they are semantic keywords basically. Just tell you the example and you will be able to understand. It is latent semantic indexing. It's a very important keyword from the SEO family point of view. Okay. I'm just going to tell you the technical reason why they are so important now. LSIs. They mean latent semantic indexing. Means semantic keywords. Moreover, synonyms or variations or similar. I'll take example. You'll able to help. You'll able to understand by the example. Basically, they are the search to the main keyword, search terms to the main keyword. They help us to support the content and expand the content. And the main reason to use it is that to avoid a over usage of the same keyword. Like suppose I am selling a running shoes. Okay. For example, I am selling running shoes and I have used it, in my title, subtitle and all. But if I going to overuse it, like suppose if I'm using it more than 2% of the keywords, like there is a thing called keyword density. Keyword density means that your keyword, how many times it has been used in the whole page. So by this I mean if your page has 1,000 words, if your page has 1,000 words, so 2% of it would be how much? 2% of it, 20. Simplify. So you should not use the same keyword more than 20 times. People does say 2 to 3%. I will say 1 to 2%. Even I don't go to the 3% part. Google doesn't likes it. Even if I just go and do it for you. So let's just see. I'm just coming to any random page. Guys, please check this exercise what I'm doing. I'm just coming to any random page. This page doesn't belong to me. I do control F and I write email marketing. This is the focus keyword, suppose. It has been used 81 times on this page. This part is clear. 81 times it has been used here. Okay. Now, if I just go and check the length of the page, like how much the content been written, I'm just going to copy the content. Just telling you the free way to do it. Very easy way. Copy, go on to your Word file, paste it. Okay, every data has come, Control A, and then you can just go into the review, word count. So this has 5,292 words. Okay, so if I even take 2% of 5,000, which is not more than that, rather than less than that. So 5,000 2% is how much? 100, and it has been used 80 times. Are you with me? What I'm explaining you. So this main keyword actually has not been used even 1.8%, like more than 1.8%. Okay, the main keyword. That's where the keyword density comes into picture. Now, what was the reason to just bring you onto all this? The reason was to explain you what is the use of the semantic keywords. So if you get into such stuff where the keyword again and again getting used, you do not have even 500 words to describe your page, so you cannot use running shoes again and again. So what you would do, you will just going to make the content on jogging, fitness. This is not mandate, okay? I'm just whatever is coming in my mind, I'm writing. Maybe morning walk, health. So you will able to get the ideas also to expand your content, because more content you write, it is more liked by Google. I've already told you 800 words, 700 words are minimum nowadays to write. Even into description also 500 words, 400 words are important. So again and again using running shoes will not be right. So what you would do, you will just expand your content. How you will expand it? Now you will be using such terms in between. Just a paragraph about a fitness maybe. Okay, when it is coming with the running shoes, in the page of running shoes talked about the fitness, then it is very relevant. It is very relevant. You're not talking about anything which is not relevant here. Okay, you're not talking about digital marketing course here. You're not talking about an email marketing tool here. You're not talking about maybe anything from the laptop here. You're talking about something which is relevant. Now, for example, if I ask you, now I have one thing in my mind. If I ask that I am making the content on cars, I am making the content on cars. Okay, now what all I can use if I do not want to reuse the same word, what all I can extend my content with. I can talk about the brands, I can talk about the vehicle types. Yes, nowadays electric ones are very much into demand. Automobile. So if I'm selling a car, and if in between I just give the statistics of the automobile industry, so can I say that it will going to be relevant? If I'm having the page of the cars, maybe selling anything from the cars family, and in between, if I just give a statistics of automobile, just like these guys have done, they are talking about the email marketing guide, and then they are talking about the statistics like this. So what happened? Just got more 200 words to write with the image, which is very important. Same thing can be done with me as well, or I can do. I can talk about transport industry. I can talk about fueling, the pricing and all. So I'm not saying that you have to use all, but I'm just giving you the examples that could be your LSIs, that could be your synonyms, and it is not mandate even. It is just because it will going to help in supporting your content so that you're not reusing the same keywords again and again. Because if I just ask you to write on this, maybe you will able to write only 300 words. Am I right? If you just have to talk about the description, or maybe about their pros cons, maybe about their specifications. 300, 400 words maybe. That is much you can talk about. At max 500 maybe. And the moment you get such LSIs in your mind, can you expand your content till 1,000 words now? So LSIs helps us moreover in supporting the content, in expanding the content, and avoiding to overuse the main keyword. These are the main functions of LSI, and they are very important when it comes to write lengthier content. These are the search terms related to main keywords. They help you to support the content and expand the content moreover. The main function is it will avoid over usage of same keywords. This is what the LSI is. So when we were doing the keyword planner, you don't have to open it, just let me open. Right. So suppose I come here, you would see I can get a lot of LSI's ideas. Sports shoes, Novel Blast, Nimbus. Of course, we have brands, I'm ignoring them right now. We are 1,000 plus actually, so I'm just going to. Yeah, you can. I'm just trying to get that. Fashion sneaker, sports shoes, sneakers. So we have 1,000 plus. You can just, the easiest way would be what? Okay, I'll just tell you. The easiest way would be you just put a filter here. If you know that, it's okay. Okay. And then go and text filter. Put does not contain, and you want keywords now which doesn't contain running shoes. Okay, you want the keywords out of these 1800 who doesn't have the running shoes in them. You just click OK. So now you are left with almost 1400 or more then you can just bifurcate more. You can just copy paste and maybe remove Nike and all. So you will get this way a very easily a lot of ideas. Clear how you can do that? How you can download the Excel and just filter them down using the Excel. Okay, and otherwise you can just see the ideas being given here as well. So you get the ideas from here too. Yeah. So Excel plays a very vital role everywhere, wherever you work. So just try to start watching some of the basics of Excel. Rishi, that's what I've just said now. Just try to watch some of the videos for Excel. I'll just do it for you. You go and remove this first. Put a filter here from here. And just go here and then text filter. Does not contain. Running. Choose. Now you are left with all the keywords which doesn't have running shoes. Okay, so this is how you can do for the car, you can do for the fitness, if you have a keyword like digital marketing, so you can just do for all. Okay, even we can just try, just randomly, I'm checking, I have not checked it from the LSI point of view ever. So digital marketing, suppose. So of course you don't want to reuse it. So what you can do that. Marketing, inbound marketing, strategy, internet marketing, social media marketing, advertising is the other word which is not having marketing at all. Otherwise, you have to just check more. Digital PR, digital branding, and online branding, e-commerce agency. So you can just see a lot of things here also can be used as an LSI. Okay. Also, there's a free way which we have already talked about. If I just go and again do the same thing, email marketing suppose, and if I just go for tools and I click this, so sometimes in the related searches, there can be something which can come in a way where you can use it for the LSI. Okay, just like suppose it's saying email marketing tools for small businesses. Now you are doing email marketing tools. So what you can do, you can just make it like strategies for small businesses. That can become your subtopic. So you're not using email marketing tool again, and at the same time you are able to give the content on these small businesses for the small businesses, or maybe how to create a list using the tool. So you can just make it like how to create a list. So you're not using email marketing tool here, because in the page of email marketing only it's written how to create a list. So I think everybody would understand that they're talking about the email marketing tool only. They would not say that it is talked about the jogging shoes or the digital marketing or the car or any of the pregnancy thing. I hope you understand. If it just goes how to create a list, even in this way, so that is also, I think, very much relevant to this page. You don't have to write email marketing again and again for everything. So in the starting, they have used, because that's from the SEO point of view very important. But this is where they have not used marketing now. So they have just written how to build your email list, and then that's the brand name. Create an attractive design, attention grabbing header. That's email marketing. Again, not full marketing, the list part. This is where you can just keep your LSIs ready in the Excel and then just use them. Regulations are different completely, not email marketing thing. So this is how it can just go into the pieces then. Okay, so they will going to come in a lot of use once we start segmenting them and start building the content around. Voice is breaking, somebody is saying, I don't know, let me just check. It's okay. It was with Poonam and Nana. See, people do write up to 10,000 words also nowadays. But I say try to start with something which is between 800 to 3,000 words. You can just start with something more than 700, 800 words, and it can go up to 2000, 300, 3000. You can just keep it like 1000 even. In your starting days, it is okay. But do not write anything below 500. Below 500 is red alert, and anything between 500 to 800 is orange, and over 800 is good. It's green. Do not talk about Project Shannon. I'll take care of it. You don't have to do anything of that sort. I will give you the screenshots from my references. If you will do for yourself, you can do that. But that's not mandate. You will be able to get a lot of clarity once we will finish the page today or tomorrow. Yeah, I understand. That's why I always give the references, because I know most of you are professionals and you don't get time to do all these things. If you don't have idea about the content of a web page website, how to go about using SEO, we for keyword search, but any other optimal way for going about it. Of course, these are only giving you the ideas to write the content. Because see, this is just the first thing you are doing. You're just trying to get the keywords, and then when your Excel is created, you plan to make the content for the first description, then first paragraph, then second paragraph. So for that, you have to read a lot. If you're not very good in writing, you have to maybe search 2, 3, 5, 6 websites. Okay, I can give you the ready-made tools like these. Just like if I just go and suppose I'm writing the email marketing content today. Okay, so this is very simpler one, but from the SEO point of view, you will be caught and you will not be given the engagement moreover. So if I just go and copy this, and I also want to write about email marketing, what I would do, I will just go on a Spinbot, basically used in the college days. Spinbot, I'll give you in the notes. You just come here and you just write your content like this, just copied it. Okay, and then you just spin it. Why it is not moving now? Why it is going here? Sorry. So now it is done. We have just changed it. It was easier to do that stuff. It was already been given me to find the mics. Again, Faye? Is it really? Yeah, okay. Now when you have done it, so now just spin it, and you would see that the whole language being changed, and then you can check Grammarly. But the problem is that it becomes very, very hard to understand, because what they do, they actually use the synonyms and bit harder words from the normal content. Like if it's written, there are many ways to use email marketing. Some of the most common, including using the tactics too. So there are numerous ways of utilizing email, showcasing the absolute most normal, including utilizing the strategy. So if I even go for the first liner, this will just going to get me the very high exit rate. Means people would land to my page, and reading this will just going to take them away. Agree? Everyone agrees, I hope, on this, that this is going to be very much more complicated and disengaging. But the story doesn't end here. When anybody comes to me, I always introduce this, just like somebody came and I told you what you should do. You should try to collate the content from 5-6 websites, make it like 1,000 words in the Word file, and then, because you are now 70% part done, then what you do, then you bring your keywords in. Okay, whatever the keywords you plan to make, you try to insert them in. Okay, try to get the LSIs, try to build your content around it, and just use Grammarly or anything where you can just make it easier to understand by using suppose. Okay, we know that showcasing has to go in the marketing, so that can be done manually. So by the combination of the tool and your own bit of scanning and bit of taking data from other sites and taking the keywords into the consideration, then your content can be built in 1 day time, I think. If you are a very bad in content, that goes for only those people. If you are very even at the medium stage or medium level, you can just read and you can curate your content on your own, because you can get data from so many sources. And this is just like for the simplest of the ways. Maybe if you just want to start with a very first blog and you're just sitting blank, then maybe you can just try this one. But of course, do not just publish in this format. You have to scan it and change some of the words by using Grammarly to make it simple to understand. Clear, everyone, the usage of it? Everyone clear about this? Okay. I'm just going to put in your notes so you can just use it for the rewriting of the content. For I don't know who asked this actually. I should have asked that when I showed this. Okay. So that leaves us with the part where we understand that short tail means high searches, but competition and PA will always be high, and the intent of the user is very lesser because doesn't know that what exactly is trying to search in the digital marketing. And when it comes to medium tail, then the searches would be at the medium level, competition also would be at a medium level, and the PAs would also be at a medium level somewhere as compared to the high levels or the short tails. Okay, but the intent from the user side will be bit clear. When it comes to long tail, lower searches but lower competition, lower PAs, and a very clear intent from the user side. So this is what we end up on when it comes to the explanation of short, medium, and long. Okay. So after this, I think I'm just going to get one screenshot from the PPT and then we'll take a break, because after the break, we're going to start with the on page. So first of all, let's just introduce this on page part, what exactly this is. We're just going to talk few things before the break, just 5 minutes of you. And after the break, I'm just going to throw more picture on this diagram. So this is basically talking about the whole SEO. By the whole SEO, I mean that your SEO have several of signals, hundred of signals, which actually been looked into when it comes to giving the ranking. But broadly, they are classified into two major categories. The first category is said on page, and the second category is being said off page or off site. Okay, on page means whatever you do on your page, means you put a title, you put a description, you put a URL, you put an image, you put a link, internal link, external link, whatever you do, you are doing on your page. The more it is relevant, the more on page increases. The score of your on page increases basically. So it has to be a relevant page. From all those things, we'll be covering all this after the break, what all these mean and how to insert it in the page by making a page, and how to check the score and all is coming your way. But just to give you the overview, on page is something which we do on the page, which we have control of or control over. Then comes the off page. Off page means what people are actually giving us, like who is giving us a review, who is giving us the link. When we become popular, they always try to give us the social media sharing and the citations and all. So that means that is not in the full control of me. Somewhere it is on my popularity, and also maybe I have to ask people to give me some of the links. Okay, so that all in the offline strategies we'll talk about that, from where we can get the backlinking, of course. But as of now, because I just wanted to give you the gist of it, that we should understand that broadly SEO is divided into two parts: on page SEO, off page SEO. On page is something which we do on the page, mean whatever we do on the website, and off page means getting the links, getting the reviews, getting the traffic, getting the sharings from others. And that's why it is, it's been divided into relevant part and popularity part. Okay, that is what it is. I think I was explaining it right now, Rishi. Is it like something which you have not understood? Out of the context, can review be managed? Yeah, yes, of course, it can be managed, but not everywhere. Just like in the Google local SEO, you cannot delete it if you know it. Okay, but then we take the help of the review sites, just like we take the help of TripAdvisor in the case of travel. We take the help of the mouth shut. We take the help of the Yelp, all these platforms where we can build. Okay, so that's where you have to just keep doing it, and we'll do in the off page few tools I'll tell you from where you can easily control the reviews as well. Abhi, you will understand everything will happen practically, so you don't have to be going too fast on it. We have just seen the diagram. Just keep in the break time that you have just seen the diagram, and at least everybody understands that what is on and what is off. So on means whatever is on the page. What is off the page is called off page. Means it is happening off the page. Off the page means outside the page. Happening on the page means on the page. Is this clear, Rishi? Is this line was clear? Yeah. What is happening on the page on my website, on my page is on page. What is happening off my page means outside if somebody is doing, that's off page. Simplified. Okay. So we're going to cover both of the aspects. Today and tomorrow we'll be doing only on page SEO, and then I'll cover all the elements from here one by one in the on page, and then when the off page comes, then we'll talk about all the elements from off page. Okay, so let me just open the poll for 30 seconds. It's already late. 2010. Just go and we come fast. Just go fast and come fast. What I would do, I will not going to keep it open for more than 30 seconds. Just let finish it the moment you see it. I'm talking about a poll. Just let me open. Just do it so that I can just close it in 30 seconds, and then we can go for a break quickly and we can come back quickly. People are saying slowing down, and here people are saying please speed up. You sometimes leave me with no choice. What should I do? In the chat, people are saying to slow down, and you guys are saying speed up. To which road I should take my route to? No worries. I'll see what the best I can do. Anyhow, okay. I cannot be very slow, but yeah, of course, this is the only pace I can take because we have students from all backgrounds. So still we'll see, because we have to finish things. So I'll just see. No, Shreyas, I will just going to on once this polling part is saved and done. Not internships, but whenever the project comes, I just take it and give it to my students. So there are 2 projects already going on, which been handled by my students only. So when they are stuck somewhere, so of course it's my accountability, so I help them. But I do give them the whole, authority of taking the decisions. So I just get them connected to the client, and then they take care of it. It's just like if they are stuck, so because I have introduced, so I have to be roping in and telling them where they are wrong. But moreover, I don't do projects, I just give them to students. Okay. Now it is on, Rishi. I'll meet you in 10 minutes. Okay, guys, just a quick confirmation if I'm audible. Great. So now, as I told you, this diagram will be more easier to understand because we're going to take both of the categories one by one. Today and tomorrow we'll be focusing more on the on page, and then day after we'll be talking about the Google submission and also the off page. Okay, so let's just start it. When it comes to on-page elements, most of the things you would have heard. I'll take all, but the only thing which many people would have not even talked about as of now, or I have not discussed, is headers. When you see header tags here, so they are something basically comes from the technical point of view. You'll understand in a while that we have to decide that in which part of the header or in which from H1 to H6 actually they've been defined. So in which category we should put our titles or subtitles or our description or our text into. Okay, so headers basically is something which is from HTML language comes. So whenever any of the coding language, the sitemap.xml like robot.txt or anything sort of a header which is in the form of a HTML language we are talking here is talked about, it means it is not for me or you. It is basically for whom? If anything is coming in such format, which is like a sitemap XML or this, so it will be for the crawler. It will going to help crawler. Okay, so HTML language have tag from H1 to H6. I'll show you on the sites. Used for titles, subtitles, or maybe subtitles of any subtitle. Okay, basically where it helps, it helps to structure the page. Prefer H1 to H4. I know many of you would not have understood this, so let me just take an example where you will get the clarity. I am the owner of Upgrad, and I am about to make a page for Upgrad courses online 2022. Okay, maybe this is the main page name. Upgrad courses online 2022. I'm not writing digital marketing, I'm not writing data analytics, nothing. This is the main page. Okay. Now, because this goes as a main, so I'm going to use it at H1. Now, how you can understand what would be the H1? So document where we are working, Google document is the very good way to understand it. If I just go on my text, so right now it is a normal text. The moment I make it a title or a H1, so you will see there is a change. Can you see? The size has changed. Okay. So this is the way when we design the page, we will be able to do the same thing when we design the page on the Blogger also, on the WordPress also, on the Wix also, we'll able to do something like this. Okay. Now my page title been given. After that again the normal text has started. So I give some content to it. Any text, XYZ in the normal text format. When you give normal text, it goes in the paragraph or P format. P for paragraph. So when we'll be making the pages, so you have to make it paragraph or P. Okay. Now suppose under the page called this, I sell the different courses. Like suppose I sell digital marketing course. So if you just imagine, you're not talking about H1, I'm not asking you about anything, the SEO elements, about the on page, about the header, HTML, I'm talking about a normal layman user. If I'm going to make this one equivalent to this, will it going to look structured? Will it going to look structured anywhere? Can this be equal to this, the main title? No. So of course it has to be different. So what I would do, I will just going to make this H2. And how H2 would look like? Now if I just select this, as we can practice for free on this Google document to understand this concept. So if I just go here, I'm going to make it heading 2. So in here itself, I'm able to see there is a difference between the content. And then after, this H2, of course, this would have its own, content or something. Okay. Then under this course, maybe I do master SEO. Then I have a content. Then I do master SMM maybe, and I have a content of it. At the same time, I cannot keep this equal to this. At the same time, I cannot keep this equal to this. So what I would do, I will just going to make it H3, or I can even more H4. That depends on what all values been given in your system. Like that's just like we are trying to practice on this Google Doc. So I'm not very sure it will go till header 4, whatever it gives us. So it goes up to header 3. So I'm just making it header 3 right now. But in the WordPress, in the blogger, you will able to find H4, H5 as well. So at that time you can decide. Okay, it's here also been given, but I'm not using. So from here only, can we say that this content of this page would look more structured now? Main heading, the heading of it, and then the subheadings of this. Okay. So now from your keyword research perspective, from your keyword types perspective, you would able to say easily, it is my primary keyword, it is my focus keyword, it is my main page name, and then you have subheading, which is going to be your secondary keyword, secondary keyword, secondary keywords. Okay, and you can use anything. It could have been easily a question format, it could have been easily a location format, it could have been a LSI. It doesn't depend what you're doing. Right now we're talking about the structure. Okay, now same way, if I have a different course under this page only, suppose I have a course called data analytics course, that will also go in the same. Maybe just like this. And here I'm talking about maybe Python or Google Analytics. If I just going to make it like a bit smaller for you to understand. So now you can see that this is how my page is looking like. Main, and this has H2 and these two are H3. If this would have been H4, then in this way the content would have looked. Depends on us, like why I written go up to H4, because if you would go for H5, H6, so it is like quite very, very, very small. Let me just go and find it. I make it H5. So that is very small basically. So I generally go to H4 only. I hope now this is clear. This is main, this is H2, this is H3, H4, this is H2, this is H2. Now let's go and just search few pages. Suppose this page is opened, I'll open more pages. Suppose I just come to this page now. Okay, so what is the way? There is a very easy way to do it. We just go, please watch the steps. Everyone, I'll not be repeating guys, please I request you. So I come to any page, I'll be opening 5-6 pages, whatever number of pages I can open. And then I'll just go and click inspect. Okay, I'll click inspect. And then just click on this toggle button, this arrow. Okay, this one. And then just come and hover. Can you see this main title is saying something to you in purple color? What you see here? Everyone able to see that the main title, the focus keyword or whatever the page name is in the H1 format? Yeah, everyone? Okay. Now if I just go down, I would just ask you, you tell me now. If I would hover on this, when to use email marketing, what could be, what is the probability that it will going to be what? H2 or H3 maybe? Let's just see. they have given it as 3. They're given it as 3, that's fine. And it depends on them. It's not, they're not using H1 at least. Okay, it completely depends what they are structuring the content like. You just still see. Now, if I'll just go below that H3, it has more subcategories to this H3 part. Like when to use email marketing has few more things like to understand. Maybe I'll just take another example. This is also H3. I'm going to show you where more segment comes. Okay, so this is like H3, and then after that this is H4. This is the perfect example to understand that part, which we just seen. Digital marketing course, and then mastering SMM, mastering SEO, we just seen. So this is the S3 family. So they are trying to keep some difference between the H1 and S3 so that it doesn't look the same size. There's very much less difference between H1 and H2. So the main title given H1, and then the subtitles been given as an H3, and anything under that is going as an H4. So it completely depends on the designer, how you want to design it. Clear how you would see it? Last thing, whatever the text been written, can you see what exactly is been written here? P. You remember I just shown you the P, yeah? So P basically the paragraph. Okay, so we'll be seeing more things from here only. When we'll come to the images part also, I'll show you a few things. If I'll just go and okay, I'll just show you that page which we created. I think that will be very. On the blogger also, I'll show you something, and then we'll take maybe probably travel blogs I was reading on other day. You can take that also. Just inspect the same way. You go and then you just check out. So this is H1. This is H2. All other paragraph P. And I don't think in here we have used H3. Let's go with that. Yeah. So H2 and under that H4 been used. Okay. Now maybe other one which was we were just checking that trimester part now. I have not seen anything, but I think for long pregnancy, just anything will take randomly. You can do that because now you know the process. Not now, after the class, of course. I should have seen the page structure because I'm coming for the very first time on this page. So I would have just seen it first before taking it properly or picking you. So the first thing is very important. You can always check that H1 has been given. And then, of course, this is paragraph. And they have taken H3. You can see that plus size board H3. Pregnant chicken H3. So they have subtitles with H3. Same way like HubSpot. So I'm just trying to find if anything as a subtitle to subtitle comes like. So in here they have used only H1 and H3, like these guys. Like this website basically when I talk about. One more example, then I'll just tell you the reason. Just because I also want to see if not everyone is using nowadays. This is not the right example. I think the other day when I was reading one blog, it was very structured. They do not have many subtitles to it. Still, I think we are using H2, so we can check it out. Just close this pop-up. Pop-up, I think. That is the problem. This is H1 and then this paragraph. This is H2. Somebody was saying that we're not able to see H2. I was just trying to find something from H2. So this is H2 now. You can see there are H2s as well. So we have just seen 4 examples, and out of this, I think this is the only one which we're able to see. But randomly, if you would check more, so not every time you will find that H2 is missing. Okay, but now if you would ask me why somebody would have just jumped from H1 to H3, why they would have done it? It is the only reason which you understand is the structure from the reading point of view, because the crawler knows it from the language point. Yeah, but here it is about the reading content for me and you. Like, if this is not having lot of difference here, okay, lot of difference here, so then people goes in this way. They want to just keep it a different structure for the subheadings like this way. So that's the main page or title goes like, and then the moment it is H3, so we know that this is something coming as a subtitle, and this is just not matching the main title. So we can just structure it the way we want to present it. I think the best way would be H2 only. You should not just be seeing the pages we have seen from H1 to H3. Then you should find or follow the general practice. And general practice is like you should always start with the subtitles to H2. You can always bifurcate the subtitle to subtitles as an H3 or H4. That will not be very much different from each other. But this is really important that we keep all these in H2. Okay, you can just check more examples and you will able to get a lot of more understanding from this point of view. Okay, that moreover everyone is doing the same way, and they are making like H1, H2, and H3, and H4. Okay, we just checked random, so it has just come. But yeah, if you check more, you will get to see H1, H2, H3 moreover. Okay, so at least right now the main part is, because we are under the elements, at least this part is clear that what are headers. Everyone is clear on that onto that part. You are not hovering correctly. You just need to hover it correctly. That's because see, on that particular tag there are so many things at the back end being happening because of the coding and all. So that's why it is also showing the span part. So just try to hover, you will see the header also. They all are HTML elements which we don't get we don't need to get into the details. So you just try to see and hover it again, you will be able to see the header part. Because in that code there are so many things being put it up. So data can be shown for so many reasons. We are trying to find the header, somebody else would come there to just check the other factor. So in every word, every line, there are so many things being inserted. That's how the coding is done. So just try to hover it again and you will be able to find the headers. Okay, so this is all from that header part. I will just going to use one ready-made content in this structure only, so that we are not wasting time. Let me just put it across so that we can just use that into the content directly. Let me just take it, and you will get a better idea what exactly I'm doing from the header point of view. And other elements of SEO also will be more clear the moment I'll put this example in. Suppose when I plan to make our content or a page or from the SEO point of view, then I should always be ready with such rough content, which is moreover is kind of a roadmap to my page making and doing the SEO. That I will be giving the title to my page called Pinterest Marketing Strategy 2022, and here only I can just make it H1, or either I can just write this will go as an H1. Then I should always be ready with something called an intro part, which should have at least 100 words, but I'm writing 200 words for you guys. It should have your main focus keyword there. It should have few variations like LSIs, so that you don't have to overuse it, the Pinterest marketing again and again. and also if you can put some images like one or two. Okay, you can always give the links. So do not focus on what all it has. It should be having, because we'll be going to do all this through the tool. So the tool will tell you what all you are missing and what all you should have and where you should have. So maybe this line can be right now ignored. Then at least you should be ready with such text or a test content by tomorrow, just like I am doing it. I've given you the free content builder also, like a spin bot thing you can do from that part as well. Be ready with the free image, because maybe the first paragraph should have an image for the engagement, and then decide for a keyword which will go for the subheading, and of course your subheading should go into the h2 h3 we have just read about in your paragraph. And then the subcategory of the main subcategory means, if I'm talking about the types of videos in a YouTube, then it can be a text video, image video, product based. So if this goes as a h2 or h3, so this will go as a h3 or h4. If that was h2, so this can be h3 h4. If that was h3, so that can h4 h5. Okay. Rishi, why I have to always repeat for you? You are not on the seat. Why it is happening? I think it is crystal clear. Everyone, I think everyone clear about it, because we have been wasting a lot of time by discussing things twice. It cannot happen every time, na? And with the same participant. Don't write anything if you are not having time. But if you have time, do be ready with something of this sort. I'm just saying that, Shannon. Okay, this is not from the Simplian point of view or a project point of view or any of the certification point of view, because tomorrow when I will do on the WordPress and Blogger, so if you have something of this sort, then you will able to do everything for your page also, and can see the performance of your page. Then maybe day after when we'll submit the site on Google, so you can able to see everything practically. That's the only reason I'm keeping everyone in parallel with me. It's just like I'm not doing the only one I'm doing, you should also do something parallelly. That's the only reason I'm giving you the advice. It is not mandate to be done. Okay, now coming to the newer parts. After this is done in the structured way, you can just use this as a sample. So the main, just a minute. So Rishi just lost the audio at that moment, he's saying. So Rishi, you just have to be ready in the structure. Just try to understand the structure. Just be ready with the title. Just try to be ready with something of this sort, which can go as a subtitle, and something in the content. You can just get the ideas from other websites. Maybe 200, 300 words in total. Just be ready with that. And that's not mandate. If anybody is not able to do because of the busy schedule, you can do on the weekend, when you would get the gap. Okay, that is exactly what I was talking at that time. Now comes the on-page elements. So first, the title you already know. Whatever you know, I'm not going to again repeat. The title is basically where you should use a primary keyword. Okay, then comes the newer part, which is called meta description. Now, what is the meta description? That's a new thing or a first introduction to this word, basically. So this is actually this. So when you go on Google and you type anything, so you know that this is title now. Everybody knows this is title. Everybody knows this is URL. Okay, in the SEO results I'm talking. Okay, the things which you see in the black line or a black color, they are called meta description. Okay, in every result, in every SEO result, you will have this. You will have this. Okay. Now, how many of you been having this idea basically that this is coming from the page and from the very first section? How many of you used to assume that this is going to be the first line of the page? Just be transparent. I know you guys are hearing this for the very first time, but have you ever thought of it that this is basically going to be the very first line of the page? Yeah. I used to think, until I was introduced with the meta. Okay, so I will be very fair to you and transparent. I do not have any problem in telling you, because when I used to see the SEO results and just reading the title and going to this, So suppose if anything is been so exciting here, I'm reading something, but it is not completing the sentence. So what the next thing you do? You click and you expect that this line would be the first one, and then I'll able to complete my reading. This is something which we expect. But if we go here, this is like Himachal offers a lot to take. If I go inside, so there can be a probability and there can be a chance that you will not find that thing in the very first top section. Maybe sometimes you will not able to find in the whole page. Can you see that? Yeah. So this is going to be the definition. Like basically, we put the snippet, we put the brief summary, we either put the USPs of us, like the unique selling points, any of the unique selling propositions. If I are selling any product, suppose if I'm selling any of the travel, package, or if I'm selling any hotel, so I will going to put like free Wi-Fi, 24/7, hot water running, free parking, or maybe parking space for two, or any of the kids rooms, or all that stuff is going to be highlighted in addition to my hotel name and to the addition of my room category name, which goes in the title. So anything which I wanna, make it more attractive to read. So this is going to be a part of a meta description so that people have more chances to be clicked. I get more chances to get clicked and my CTR improves. So meta description helps to increase your CTR basically, moreover. Okay. So try to use the most important. The websites like Shopify, the websites like WordPress gives you the space to write the meta description. You will see tomorrow. No matter it's an e-commerce site or no matter it's the normal site. Even the blogger site also gives you the space to write the description for every page. You can either add something which is not even a part of the page. Okay, which is not on the page. Okay. Now, if you don't give the meta, then it can always be taken from your page, and Google will do it. Just as taking anything from the website, from the web page, if you do not provide the meta. So it will never be like that there is no black thing been given. If you forget to give it, Google will going to just fetch something from your page and will going to put in here. USP is unique selling point or unique selling proposition. It means like the highlight of your pages, highlight of your products, anything. Okay, that's what you put here. Just like see, this is highlighting on yoga, hike from Old Manali, Chitkul, drive from Manikaran, and all that stuff. He's just highlighting these things. Okay, let's just see this one which we have opened earlier, email marketing tools, any of the SEO results. So talking about the websites and blue, talking about the campaign thing, B2B, talking about the terms on MailChimp. So they are trying to tell the gist of the page and what exactly it's all about. So that's what I was saying. It helps directly in the CTR. Okay, by CTR is helped. You know the CTR formula now. Click upon impressions. So if anybody comes here and see these results, and if he finds this is also attractive, and this is also attractive, we will do everything practically tomorrow. Do not worry. Everything will come tomorrow. This title, this meta description, this H1, H2, H3, image, video, whatever we can do, everything will be done practically in the class tomorrow. That's why we have to finish all the elements right now. So that the theoretical part finishes and we start with the direct page making and putting all these elements into the page. Okay, Mohammed? Yeah. So right length is, anyone aware of it? Right length of meta should be, okay, 122, 150, great. I write for you. That will come day after. Somebody is writing about the link you see in the most. Okay. Now comes another important part of the elements. URL, people call it permalink also, people call it slug also, people call it page address also. Okay, so it also important that to know from the SEO point of view, you should always have a keyword in the URL. If I go and see, can you see email marketing? Can you see Himachal? I'll open more. Opening randomly. Email marketing. Email marketing. Email marketing services. Can you see everyone? The main title is there in the URL. Okay. So that is also a very important element. When we design the page, we ensure that our page address has the main keyword. Clear, everyone, this point? What is the URL? I think everybody knows it's a page address, and the keyword has to be there. That's the first thing. Second thing, second thing, it should be short. You should always consider having 4 to 6 words only. So by 4 to 6 words means after the domain, okay? Like this is what the domain address, domain. After that, you should not have more than 4 to 6 words here. Okay. And the last part is you should always try to separate every word with a hyphen. I'll show you. Can you see? They are using the backslash. Whatever is taking me see the other one. Best hyphen email hyphen marketing hyphen services. It's the same website. From the same website, I think got into. The best practice is using hyphen. So you should always try to separate it by the hyphen rather than using the backslash. Then comes your structure. Where all whatever we have discussed as of now comes, like your page layout means always use headers family like H1 to H6. You should always have a menu, which is a navigation bar. It is very important. Always have a page name or a product name with your primary keyword. All this actually been talked, so I'm just trying to be fast. Lots of white spaces, something which has been added very recently. I did show you this in the very first class, I think second class, because it gives the rest to the eyes. And engages more. We do just do the spellings afterwards. Then we did talk about a keyword density right now. Today, whatever we have done, at least I'm trying to just use that. It means the usage of the keyword. It should be 2 to 3%. I prefer 2%. You can just see yourself. Means of the 2 to 3% of the whole web page. Means if you are having content of 1,000 words, then do not exceed the keyword more than 20-30 times. Same keyword. I think we did talk about it. Everybody knows it. I've shown you when I just calculated the number of keywords and the word. I'm just putting everything we have done, and it all coming from the elements only. And then rather use LSIs. And very important is optimize. This is the last thing I'll take today. Images. This is going to be something again new for you. Why? I'm just closing with this. It will take time. I'll take extra 5 minutes today. So please use. I'll take a question. Just use after this concept. Please use alt text. Now, what is alt text? It is alternative text. Means image description. Okay. Now I'll show you. When I go to any of the products, suppose I'm on here. Let me just see if there is an image. They all are brand pictures. I want to just show something which is more elaborative. Okay, this is open, and this is open for us, so it's easier to do that because we don't have to waste time. If I just go and open the image, just hover on the image, maybe that stats one, no? Okay. If you just see there is the image dot full hyphen width hyphen image been written. Actually, that is the name basically by which the content or the image being saved. But after that, under the accessibility, there is something written name, email marketing mean. Okay, and you can just check this thing here by written alt. This image, alt means email marketing mean open rate by industry. So what exactly you are getting understanding out of it? Email marketing mean open rate by industry. So we are able to understand that there is an image which is showing us the email marketing mean open rate. Clear? So what exactly the SEO person has done? He has just did not uploaded the image in the format or in the by the name which actually has been downloaded. He also given the image description at the back end. We'll learn to do this practically tomorrow, not worry. But at least you need to understand what is the image alt text means. Okay, I'm just going to give you one screenshot and then I'll end the session because there are a few more things to be done and I do not want to just be in a hurry. It's just going to take 10 minutes tomorrow before doing it practically. But at least this is where I want to just finish this class. So alt text basically helps in many ways, but moreover, it it helps you when you cannot view the image. So anytime you seen this thing that the image is not getting uploaded, any day you just go to the page, the content gets uploaded or downloaded or it just able to show you everything, but the image was not getting downloaded. The image was still showing some cross or something. Okay, so if the alt text been given, then a user at least understand that there is a image at the back end. No, you don't have to do anything. It is basically it can be because of the reader's internet connection. The reader is using 2G as of now, or he is in the mountain area where there is 1 Mbps speed. So he's able to see the text, but the image is not getting downloaded, XYZ reasons. So he is able to just at least read that there is an image of villa in Ohio. Okay, it is an image of mean open rate by industry. So that's the first thing. Alt text is the alternative text, is text that shows when the images cannot be viewed and it describes the image in it. Second, it is very important. Why? Because it used for the impaired people or the blind people to read. So I don't know how many of you are aware of. They use these scanners. What the scanner does? So they're just going to put the address. Somebody would come and would put the URL and open the page in the scanner, and the scanner will going to read everything for them. Because they cannot see, but they can hear. Okay, so this scanner will going to read everything for them, line by line. But what would happen if the image comes? So if the alt text is not given, so it will say there is an image. But if the alt text been given, it will say there is an image of mean open rate by industry because that has been given as an alt text. You guys with me? Or it is overflowing now? We can just take from here. We can take it tomorrow. No worries. Should we take it again from tomorrow? Like tomorrow from here? Yeah. because there are three more points. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I understand. So I'll just start from here only. Do not worry. From the image alt text, because I have to also explain the this part also. This is also very important from the image SEO perspective. So I'll just going to close it right now, and we're going to start from image. Also, there is something from the video point of view that I'm going to explain from the video point of view also, that how the important video embedding is. Okay. Yeah, Rishi, I got it. Yeah, no worries. So just try to understand these things. These things are very, general. We've been talking about all these things since the start. It's just like you have to just give a read today. Just give a read and you will be able to understand. Okay. And then we'll do all these things practically tomorrow, putting into the website. And then we'll see the SEO score for our website. Yeah. Did I did any typo error? Just wait. 20-30 times. Yeah. Now it is right. Okay. So 2 to 3% means if you have a content of 1,000 words, then you should not exceed the same keyword more than 20-30 times. So 20-30 times becomes the 2-3% of 1,000. That's the main meaning of it. If I'm having the email marketing content of 1,000 words, then email marketing word will be used just 20-25 times, not more than that. Now clear? Okay, yeah. Okay, so you have a link also, you know the process to give the feedback. Anything, if it's urgent to be discussed, it's fine. Otherwise, you guys are, free to leave because it's already 23:05. So we are already late. Many of you would be waiting for the dinner and all. I'm also waiting. But still, if there is anything I can help you with, you can stay. Otherwise, thank you. Good night. God bless. I'll meet you tomorrow 9 p.m. IST, and we'll just continue from where we are leaving. Okay. Sir, I have created a website using Wix inbuilt editor. Can we use those? Yes. In the Wix also, I think there are plugins. The way I will explain you in the WordPress tomorrow, you will be able to find it. Bharti, it is very easy in the Wix as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very wonderful session you delivered there, Sachin. I hope all are clear with their topics. So we
My
have
colleagues
dropped the
will come after
feedback.
12-15 hours. Google Sheet link. Google Sheet link. I think document you're asking, na? So this is the document, and the sheet is inside the keyword research tab only. So the keyword planner which we did. You're able to find from here. This is the keyword sheet link. Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Take this. This is the sheet link, and that was the document link. So you have both the links now, Pooja. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Good night. God bless. I'll meet you tomorrow. Thank you, Omar. I'll take my leave. Okay. Chalo, bye.
Yeah, that was a wonderful session, Sachin, you delivered there. I hope all are clear with their topics. So we have again dropped the feedback survey link in the chat box. So please do rate us 4 or 5 if your experience is highly satisfactory. If you are rating us below 4, please do mention in comments and we'll look into it and come better next time. Thank you all.